Greetings, fellow Sierra Leonean and viewers beyond the Sierra Leone community. Welcome to Salone for All and Voice for All Network Television. And Tina no say Rome not built in a day. So we basically there in the learning process. So they ask that Tina continue for be patient with we as we don't start over an hour ago, but it seemed like we've been get some glitch in the system. I want to take this opportunity for say thanks to the God Almighty we make this entirety possible for now we able to get this platform today for able for come and talk about things of relevance. I also want to tell my mother plenty thank you after God way has always been a great support to me and to see that I go through whether I'm going through my trials, tribulation, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and she has contributed greatly for make this platform come to a reality after convincing her for me believe on me dream, me hope, me everything when it comes to me beloved Mama Salone and for not only for me but for all Sierra Leoneans around the world. So I tell them plenty thank you. Words cannot truly express how much I appreciate me mom and then also learn so we executive member them where some of them sit down with me here today where they play vital role in making everything possible from moral support whatever way you can think of it. I dey telling our plenty thank you. I dey ask that we continue for be patient as again like I say everything are a work in progress. We get a lot for discuss today. Of course we want to discuss about 1961 when we gain independence as and to where we are today. But first, I want to also give kudos to a government back home. As in, I know we've been getting a critical topic on Friday having to do with a young man by the name of Mr. Ahmad, commonly known as Gaba. Mr. Ahmad Gaba, we die, where basically the family strongly believes in a complication of him being a diabetic. And then as a result, he been misdiagnosed of being a coronavirus patient. Again, I'm not making words in a yeri for in a safe and from the family. But we to make us say kudos to the family, to the government, because today later this evening, then reach back to me for say around 4 o'clock, the government go and send bag of rice. As in, I know some of the concerns were there. It was total of 10 people at the home and no food or whatever the case may be. But after that show, we see say improvements come, and want to say plenty thank you to the government because it sound like and they listen to the citizen and we platform is not only designed for bring concern but also where credit is due, where they give kudos to. So once say plenty thank you, they say they bring 2 bags of rice, then bring fish, then bring some provision, and they also give them promise say they will come back and make sure reassure them say they go they come periodically for make sure say they get all them basic need during the time period where then they under quarantine. Once again, we'll say kudos to that and plenty thank you. I want to say plenty thank you for the endless support of reviewers them again we executive members them. And again, now pause here for now. Now bring in the 2 wonderful folks on the screen. One which now my namesake, Mrs. Khadija too, and Fona, and then Mr. Muhammad. Now pause here and they introduce themselves and I welcome. Yes, Miss Khadija to welcome and come on, Madam.
Yes, me people them. Una good evening. This na we own talk show when una own place. The Sierra Leone for All network where they head by Miss Khadija, and we all they come together for can see and talk about issues them where they go on in the country, and not only that. So let we go come and engage and find solutions where go help out with the government for make them able for treat with citizens them rights. Because as we daily, Sierra Leone now we own place who we born and today 1961 where we gain independence. Today now 59 years this. And 59 years not to 59 days. Now a very long time. And inside that time there you want for see progress. But from the time there where me born 1963, right there after the independence, when my mama say he pregnant with me. From 1963, I attend school na Salone and finish my high school and come to the United States of America. So are they right here, right now? Are they inside here? But thank God to wait man for able make then television here and then phone there. Now we get Zoom where una all be able to see we. We self go see una and we go hear una self go hear we. So the government self go get for hear we. So whatever the issues, them problems, they will work on them and try for push forward. We'll not come with nothing, but we'll just say with waiting to give una by word of mouth. We say if you go to the big one there, yes, we then go able to do something for the country, Mama Salone. Because as you know, when we all attend school back home, we been they go school where they cook meals for we, then they give we books, pencils, supply we with bulgur, corn flour, corn milk, and everything what we can go now. All them sweetness and they not there again at the school to them. We grand picking them able enjoy them their opportunities there. Even we picking themselves we born. All the opportunities they also been done lacking. So for that, we go get for Cam and we go talk on all the issues here because 59 years next year will make me 60. Yeah, we see what is 60 go able learn at the table for we own citizen them. So now the word done the me na Khadija to Fona, una sister, mama, a friend, and all. And a person within there na the comedy group, the professionals, Dandogo, Kini Ibrahim Amina Bomporo Kamara by Sale too in brackets we cover prayer. So now the other hand.
So in a C, we get not only we're gonna discuss issues that way they affect the country. We will get time where they get fun. We'll get forget a lot of things in way and I will be surprised. But we're left in the dark for a little bit. Having said that, make a bring. Yeah, go ahead if you want to talk more. You want to say
no?
Oh, you want to okay. So make a bring now, Mr. Muhammad, Professor Muhammad. Welcome, sir.
Well, this work what they call a professor at public before. I will go salon the eat salon money. I don't say Professor first. Yeah. As I say, I mean I'm Mohamed Jallo. As my sister don't rightly say, you know, they bought me of course the free tongue. And I don't travel every part of Salone, so I don't live in the southeast. I spend most of my time actually in the southeast. It was only during the war, you know, I spend more time where I come now in the north, realistically. So most of the time when I talk, you go, you always talk about the southeast. I don't have much to be saying about the north. But anytime with me in life, I can always say this thing. I like for study. I'm not just there for, you know, to study in the sense, not to go read book or what somebody don't write. But you know, I just like for make comparisons. Even in the time I did Salone, this rebel work for push you I go na Guinea. You know, I begin the try for observe my life na Salone and my life na Guinea. What are some of the advantages the Guineans have in Guinea and waiting we been lack, you know, na Salone. So I been on the talk something that say me I not say oh, that's somebody go kill now, but for there other foreigner can lock Salone and Salone well. When I not told me the district commissioner because you know all the opportunity they will not get to them. So every time we hear me they talk, and they talk from the perspective where I live, you know, that's where I know about. And equally as I mean earlier talk about this, we are don't kind of this country, you know, as Mama Khadija actually say, we'll be the go school, you know, we'll not be they actually feel the pain. We'll be they do everything. Some of you said it's all been small on the road, but we see in the cap, we pick all the rent cap. Because we go work from eastern to western, we take lift. You know what I mean, eh?
Yeah.
We don't come on the rain. We stop in taxi them, then they take me for free. We go outside, we go around to Western, we come back. I mean, don't they do that all the time? So, you know, life was fun. But, you know, by that time, they sometimes would have been 2 million, 3 million. So I get for give, you know, kudos to the other people. But what they realize now for say, they wait. You know, Khadija, this I can always talk this Sunday for kind of American, and bless, you know, in the sense that some of you again are a cost, you know, all the same people they ask me, Mohamed, come, Mohamed, why, what's make you go Salone? So they not to Salone says, I want go, but when you want to kind of about my family, if you ask me how many brothers and sisters I get, and they tell you. That's all we beginning there, and that's all they cost them day in, day out. So I can not see I said, no, he was there. I want to go Salone. I said, I suffer, when they suffer, yeah, no one go suffer. Khadija, this is not fun. Most of the people the way they see it so today, the minister, Then I
Yes.
honorable step. Those were my schoolmates. The man I want me the pass to be drag. Hey, bo, myself, bo, I'm not ugly, oh, bo, me, I'm not cut, so I don't get leprosy. Other people that marry, they survive. Women not for survive. So, man, the way they are so today, na parliament, I push their day.
That's right.
They call in a village, but me, them bombing a free and then put the label wango, another wango. But at the end of the day, we just want let Salone better. You know, now the whole thing is okay, always the advocate for the betterment of Salone. So I don't care what people feel. If you don't know how to criticize, you know how to criticize, you not come into power. We get for criticize until you get for make us understand. And when you do the right thing, and not say, you know, some of you know go support your government. Because at the end of the day, Khadija, when they talk about this free education, me I'm one of the first person who objects. Just imagine if I say free education, quality education, me object. Khadija, they still pay, and they pay more than where he became in daily. So I don't see what is free. And now, you know, it just make it worse. So because if you not pay the teachers, then na trouble. So they pay more. I want the quality. So, you know, if the people they are saying, don't forget about the free education. Not so all the talk about free education, one talk about college level. Who saw they provide opportunities for the people that go college. Nearly everybody in Salone will pay for a picking, say go from 5. But trust me, now all for go college, they're not the problem. Now them places they do for the subsidized or they get a loan scheme. You know, that's my own suggestion. And so we go there on for the sensitize the government or the sensitize people and let them see some of the benefits that we can reap in this country. So again, me and Mohamed Jallo, as you rightly say, well, people they call me professor because maybe I'm the teacher at college. So now I make okay.
Wonderful. So having said that, we'll go back again to memory lane. Trip down memory lane, right? Wherein that if we will not bond them, then they all as we sometimes we auntie them, we uncle them, we then get that opportunity for see more of when we've been there under we colonial master them, right? When we get trained, we get different things them way, or maybe sometimes maybe for buy. I remember where I been share one video where if you say the woman gonna markets, we then charge them for pepper. If they even grumble at that time, it was like in a cent. You understand, eh? Now we they talk about thousands. You know, with the if we compare even bag rest now, it's over 300,000. You understand? So I can always say it is always nice for now to be independent, but how can we say that we are independent? Wherein that we're still being controlled, whether it's having to do with re-election or whether we still are dependable or a dependent of we colonial master for donation or for Canadian come to we rescue. So it can make me think, were we ready to be independent, or are we better off being under we colonial master? I really think say being independent is good, but if it's not beneficial to the country and its citizen, then what's in I think? I want to come back in. Anyone of you is fine. Miss K, you can come back in, madam.
Well, talking about independence. Independence really now a very, very good thing because it gives you the freedom for you to do what you they do.
Correct.
But couple up with that independence, you the individual where gain this independence, you get forget something where if you say you go able for put together, where you go able for do, what will help you for grab for come up and work hard towards it. When they say independence, not mean say not just the freedom of it. Then at the end of the day, you left your body for let people then carry on for you. Then you bring in, you feel say you are independent, then you are dependent on somebody else's offer where you they use in your own expense for come up. Then it's not a good way of being independent.
Correct.
And you are not helping yourself. Because down the line, let me put them into perspective, the citizens and the leaders them in don't claim this independence for we people them. Then we thereby them born we after we come at a younger age, we grow up, we meet to people them, they sell the markets, then they do their little Uda get fan market, Uda get in table here and there, get in small shop, then they sell, but then they get their little little here and there, they're able to sustain the home and take care of their families them in their own independence way. But the government, at the end of the day, if they're not able to progress from there, for let the people them, the citizens them, they're able to get things them, for let them do what they go able earn a living like the school picking them. They go don't get education. They don't get side for look for work. They don't get side for look for like then technical institutes, places they wouldn't go open for teach them something to become useful citizens of the country. That adds more independence into the country itself because if you teach them their work, incomes are being paid. Then that's go make the person go able for day and take care of your own family. But if you find out, most of we carry the burden of 5 families now with heads. We were there in the diaspora. You get for feed auntie and uncle in family, the picking them. You get for feed your cousin, you get for send more. So at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's really, really, really digging into yourself within at the diaspora, even though they work, they pay we, they not like back home. So it doesn't help in that way. So when you look at it, independence, it be really good. But at the rate at which they don't make our way, don't reach to this detriment, to this situation, you go look and back say, it better maybe if we be for be under the colonial rule, law we continue there, probably then go they walk we through for let we go able for build we self up and continue for able for handle we own responsibilities then wisely. So if I reach there, I will hand over the baton to Mr. Mohammed.
Wonderful. Before Mr. Mohammed come in, I want also
Yeah.
let we critically think, right?
Yeah.
Then Giwi we independent, but again, like I can always say, the critical thinking talk show now for now we use we mind for think beyond so many things. You understand?
Yes.
Then give away independence, but at the same time, why is it that certain things then feel said and for come in and try for dictate to we as to how we for run the show in terms of our government, as we can see, like in terms of election time, where they say looking at it and they say, oh, now the Western and then get the last saying. How sad is that? Why we allow ourselves to be in that type of situation where we cannot come together, not only as Sierra Leonean, but the African continent as a whole, for say that if we don't gain with independence, we for able for run we own stuff them, the citizens them for able for voice them the what's in they want through the ballot box, and then for able for respect the citizen their wish instead of the Western then for always they come and try for tell we how we for run we country. You know we can hear then story say, oh, if they're not like SLPP, if they're not like APC, then we'll make sure say they take the out, those type of manipulative things. So how independence is this, or how much then give with that independence wherein they still they manipulate we, whether it's directly or indirectly, or then they interfere now we day-to-day affairs. I want to come in, Mr. Mohammed, and then I know say
Khadija, to start with, I can tell you one thing. In fact, they don't brainwash we. It's so sad, some of we will get this education who don't come out of the country, who don't live in the West itself. We were the very ones that created the problems in Africa. You understand it? Because all this independence, what they talk about. So, the people who them they foster and the people who them go study abroad. Yeah. But when you look at them, nobody know they will give you independence. Well, Khadija, he said you go get slaves, somebody tell you that if you do it. Let's face it, it's not a good idea, but at the end of the day, you don't go and do it. Yeah. So what the people then do was they're able for time we make sure we dependence upon them. Now, all this independence so they say they give you, they just release the burden because by that time they now put them, they tax them for what they get for do for the sitting government or the people they did it, so they don't see saying that too much burden. So why not just come back to our own countries and remotely control those people? Someday I can talk this a very drastic, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, feeling. So I'm not going to be president. But I say the first thing any president way they do, when divorce, then you and the international thing, you're not the first person out there. And I can always say this. I'm not saying democracy, not good. But maybe democracy is not even good for us at the end of the day. Because as I mean they say, we are always copycats. We they copy everything.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
Khadija, honestly, I don't like China. You understand how they excuse me. I don't like the Arabs. But sometimes let's copy their ways of the way they do things. Look, China. What did China do? They say they're communism they want. Even during the Cold War, Russia, they do this. China never flinch. They stay in their communist party or their communist society. Today, Khadija, don't listen to the news. So go read. You go find out for say nearly everything they think but way in developmental. China is number one.
Hmm.
Even the 3 largest banks in the world are in China. Everything they go to China. So look at this. This is China 20 years ago. Would I go send to China? Would they go there? No, let's be honest. Would I go and send 20 years ago? You go send to China. They go tell you send to any village in a Salone. You know, but these are the things. That the same thing like Guinea. Guinea was not developed even in the 1990s. Where you go Conakry. Now the one in a Salone and bring and Guinea development one. First, if you send somebody now Guinea, they go prefer for let you go jail than they go to Guinea. You know, so me as I can say, this too much book here, I know they create problem because we always they copy and sometimes then system they can adopt now. They are not necessarily going to work for the common people. Because when you go there, think about it, Khadija. Every time you go, they say, but you don't talk with man. In fact, intimately they call you Oboto. You know, all that type of thing. They even will be there, you know, the native people, the way by Creole, you they see how their reactions because they are telling you these people, their culture is completely different.
Yeah.
So I mean, the try for say always we like to copy. Why we not go just sit up? Khadija, like we go back na farm, we go be huge cutlass. We get people that make cutlass. From there, we make innovations. We do what we have to do. Dubai 20, 30 years ago was just a desert. Today, now they get skyscrapers and they so they see president there. Now they make them as their holiday getaway. Why you not the time for being in a young country? We get bad acts to ourselves. And that's where the problem is. We are not independent. Anybody who say we're independent, I've seen a joke. We can just do that number for this celebration. So now me take that.
Wonderful. So if we can even go back to the introduction where my name Segi, back in them days, even though I've been young, I remember when they say Dan, yes, uncle, you know.
Yeah.
So those are the fun time in Sierra Leone. You understand?
I know.
I believe say at that time it not being as that bad, even though maybe something
No.
yes. So I want to give you back again trip down memory lane because now if comedian even dare to even make fun of the president, you will see them they lock them up. But back then, in able to get that freedom of whatever it is that I want to do without and I not get any what's it safe. So come back in, madam. Give it some memory of that time where you've been there.
Well, actually, in those days, actually, people voice out their opinions, like when we do comedy, we dey attack every politician.
Yes.
Sometimes because we place them basically on waiting they go on at the country.
Right.
So if we say today now this particular thing happen, so now so we the best we show.
Yes.
When we go over a radio or we go perform, now that's we the base on. We sit down, we talk about it, then we go. We are impromptu comedians. We never write with comedy. We never print anything.
Okay.
We just they come outright.
Wow.
We go, we meet, and we come together. I would don't voice her out in a backstage.
Yeah.
When we come on stage, we know who that they pick up from Usai and waiting at the message where you get for pass through.
Wow.
And most times the audience the way they watch, then they really know say you are talking about waiting to happen.
Yes.
Now the nation.
Yes.
But they are laughing about it while it's really pass with messages.
Yes.
And nobody know they can't intercept for can't only you say, oh, you don't do the wrong thing.
Yes.
Nothing like that. And we didn't it stay them 1, 2, 3 in the morning. After we don't do those performances,
yes.
Nobody they can attack we for say, oh, well, I don't go do this now. They tell we go.
Yes.
We did one with the presidents, the ministers, everybody just they laugh. And we they go back, we face up to them, we go waka, we tell them I do, then they acknowledge, say now we be they talk, maybe they talk, but
yes.
we can say can make fun. But you see, but the rate at which now this freedom of speech don't be so tightened is very, very hard.
Yeah.
But still, you know, go tighten the rope to a point where they say people they're not go able to talk.
Yeah.
If you do that for a very long time, it will create a chaos.
Yes.
So I feel say freedom of speech, not a country is good.
Yes.
The poor Mr. Muhammad talk, we Sierra Leone people them prone to just one set of mental thinking. If you don't base this thing na ya today, you don't put on there for 10, 15 years, changing at the problem. And we get to get up and start diverting from that way for focus on changes. If you want something for progress, you get for start, you change. And if you start begin gradually, you will get to a certain point where you will feel convenient for say, okay, I can pick up this. No matter how hard it is, I can able work on this, then I go able make them where other person go join in and pick up from there.
Right.
So these are the things. So if we talk about freedom, we have to look deep and think. We had freedom in those days, although it was a little withdrawn, but not to the extent and rate at which it did now the country.
Yes.
So if the ministers then, Papa governments then and the Yeri, all them shows here, so different people that they talk. If we find it good, nobody will speak. We all will be happy. But if things are not right, people will speak up. But it's just left, who will get up to do it? It's only me and you. So if you say la rub skin, la rub more today, so for now they are able to put.
Wonderful. What's in your memory in terms of price them and basic commodity back then and now? How you go compare the two?
Oh, you cannot compare, not to be compared.
Okay.
Because I mean they come out school, I come, then my mama go send me for go market. The money where they give me, they go give me like 2 leon, 3 leons for go market. You go come up with very good groceries, very good commodities. Then where you go come, it can make a good meal. Where you go cook and the home una go eat. It they serve the neighbors then too. Wow. Because we get our sharing of dishes. We were then at them big compound.
Yes.
So basically, you can't compare today's marketing and yesterday, that time when we did in that younger age, with we people that know. Even that, even at this point, where would they support from here? Where would they send money for them? Gosh, we know how much we spend. Anybody will get that expense we get for 14 naira so for the family back home, you know how much they spend. You know, say yes. Why be they at a certain age why they Salone? This money, if not so it been there na me and you know how much you go able to get out of it. But you can't even afford for go say you owe 300-400, you able for go buy clothes where it's later on where we say for the month you go don't spend more than that.
Yes.
Then when they will get them big family them. Because all man therefore eats now the most important commodity for the masses.
Absolutely.
Things were cheap. You go to market, you dey buy that full cup, the pepper. You go can cook and for the one whole week. Sometimes you go buy them extra for dry them. Let's serve you sometimes for the month. You go able to get a bag of rice cheaper. Some people go work and go supply the rice na their workplace.
Yes.
Because time in the way they work, and they get that one day. I go put an house. So when they pay me now, I get me half go see for go buy pepper, fish, palmine, that they go serve me. But at this point in time, all them things they don't withdraw.
Yes.
So it's difficult for the man where he supports the home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Mr. Mohammed, come back in on your own take on that one.
Yeah, Khadija, you see me,
Yes.
as like you always say, I mean, a man will like for be very, very practical.
Yeah.
I want to tell Sister Khadija, thank you, for bringing back them thing and do some memory lane. Now, one thing if I tell you, Khadija, you not go believe. even me, the time I go swell her 1 cent. When I say 1 cent, 1 penny, I go swell her.
Wow.
You know, my mama go give me those salts, Khadija, so I get that money that go buy biscuits. Imagine 1 penny to buy biscuits during those days. I'm very serious, you know.
Wow.
So, you know,
Yeah.
who meets the pennies, them
Well,
go
yeah,
take the penny, they go buy biscuits, bang.
Yeah.
So, you know,
yes,
them that means anything and they so them in there. But you see me, I can take, you know, someday I don't can just stand over and criticize a particular government. And they take inflation into account.
Mm-hmm.
But even looking at inflation, what you can always particular about, if we get the you know the job, forget the money, the inflation not gonna be problem. But if there is nothing, you know, this government, what's in the West do to we, they don't make we so dependent upon them so much so that a very difficult who come up and then people are the shackle who get for do am very, very drastic. You know, that's something
yes,
this you know, we not go one time, but that's the only truth about it. If we not be drastic about some, we not go do am. You know, I never knew that even some of them francophone countries they are still tied to France. You know, so you not go do nothing at them French countries then. They are not care which country, you not go do nothing.
Right.
Now them French countries that they want not to go France.
Yes.
So these people, we are not independent in any way. And someday, who start the people that sit down, then go sit down at their own country, they begin to draw. Can you just think about that? You know, now the first year they begin, and then tribe them, we don't know able put together. You defend Kisses, then Liberia, you defend them Salone, you defend them Guinea. That's when they go divided so that we will never come together.
Mm-hmm.
No, not once we even take today that divide, you know, and conquer the neighbor and use against we for all do. But we can for you know, big sense for say yes, things are becoming difficult. Mm. Oh, so I don't know
No,
if
they
I'm for
see
the
you.
business.
Okay,
Sorry,
you did. Go ahead.
no, now people that can call me, I know that I'm going to do it.
That's okay.
But
Go
you
ahead.
know, so you know, can tell people them say, we get for just sit down and think for like we say. Now this man can talk say, no, like we say na Salone and if you say a joke. But Khadija, come to think of it all. We can at this country, we don't need at this country. You know, Salone, we sit down. We go look for somebody whether not true or not true, but you know, some semblance of truth is in it. This man don't thief with money because some of who lived you in the NPRC time. Nobody not get nothing for telling me about NPRC. We lived you in the NPRC time. This man, I don't care what you then say. All the president then would go with this notion say they all belong thief. But at least this man will come and also do business self. He blow all the money. Ah, Salone man. We go look for somebody who know for 20 something years ago to our president. What would they really expect? No development that they can. Me no worry. If Madam Bio, look, let Madam Bio eat all the money. If people them in there now, everybody get woke. So me, I mean this day, you know, some of you know they complain. If Madam wants to swallow money, let's see her. Let's spend a back in a salon and not be seen. But if you the thief and nobody, you the fly no more from here, you go this. No. Let it be a salon. That's all my man. Now the all vexation is what I can get to politicians them. If you want thief all the money they boy they. But not they take and clear and go outside. That's my whole take on that particular stuff. So me, I don't know, Khadija, we just get for being very strong in what they do, for not being independent. But to this day, we are still dependent. Now noise no more they make.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Many would think the same and agree with you. So I wonder we go discuss some controversial issues then where they go in our country with this having to do with this coronavirus saga. You they hear many they say and I want play any tool they talk, we want make sure say we get authentic things then we will back them up. Like I say we give kudos to the government for the timely intervention where they make today, where they go they make sure say they get them rice and some other basic commodity that is more than a necessity for them people. Then they, given the obvious fact of the numbers of people that way they don't go put in one place, and also the picking the way join them. But they hear a lot of things. The one of the victims or the one with the young man we die, Mr. Ahmad, the late Mr. Ahmad Gaba, commonly known as Gaba. I get an audio where in Mama send out where basically if within a different social media platform them where they express in concern then and not only that so many one them but I want to start off with that and then I want bringing her on then inner self talk about waiting inner think about this corona in Africa as a whole because if you listen to even the United Nations World Health Organization I call ahead where they talk say you know even believe say Africa they suffer from coronavirus. Having said that, I pause for now play ne in a able for be the judge in a and then I come back again the audience talking about the audience and then also we guest them today we're not part of the executive team them let themselves come and contribute to that. So I start with the audio please. Yeah.
The whole world not say yes, what on can Sierra Leone? Because they see people and they die, they ain't gunshots. They see that the body in the streets, gutter, everywhere. Where Ebola can Sierra Leone, we see videos them, we see pictures them, people in the die in the streets. We see pictures them, we see videos them where people in the help people where they can die or we want die, they rush them for carry them go. Na Ebola center. But when Corona come na Sierra Leone, we don't see nobody where they cough. We don't see nobody where sick. We just see no more people in panic with anger and angry. Now we see no more when they take innocent people them. Then love die one them. Then they portray them in the name of Corona. We see how then they lock people them up. There is not a host with angry. When they make way then so we they feel bad for what we they see. Where politics they play in Sierra Leone in the name of money. Then they use the people them, lock them up, it's not day, nothing not day, money not day, water not day, lights not day. Then they lock them up. Now they host. Right now, me picking them police they don't surround the host. Just because me picking die of diabetes. Well, because all the good hospital they lock. Doctor not day. Any doctor I call, he say me clinic lock. Any other side work, they call and say they lock. They say just get and go connect no more. In the name of going to doctor connect, there was no doctor there when they get there. No doctor. And then at the phone from the clinic side come out to the Connaught hospital. And then at the phone. No doctor no day. They reach no more than they go swab them for corona. They not check them for put them. He don't go in coma. They not fed for make it come back to life. Then they swab. Until they kill them. Don't them brand them corona. Where is this corona na Sierra Leone? Una know what's in a corona? Una see people they don't treat January 6. Una see people and die Ebola. Now so una go see people and they die in a street. Na Sierra Leone because why? So you don't get the capability for handling one case of corona, let alone if one person gets now then face me and face you are joining. There are 10 people in our house. One person gets more than 10 and they don't get them. They are joining. They also now they go kaka na one toilet. Anybody sit down that toilet box they will grab, don't get them. They don't know what's in a corona. They know that we don't ravish them country here, so they don't know people and they cry inside their hearts. People and they cry, they don't know who that next if they self not don't get them. Then when they join bus, when they join train, if they go touch you side that person don't touch. Now this they make the population they grow up on corona. Now they Salone they take corona, then they take a it's like for saying a cold war. Now SLPP they fight cold war. Then they use the corona name, they punish the people of the country when they vote for them, when not elect them. Say until una wait me. Until una elect with freedom, we go punish una in the name of corona, we go lock una up, we go starve una. When they for sit down, then they say when I go to church, go pray for that blessing where God don't give this country, where corona no day. Una long go pray. Then I use them more for doing into prayer and blessing for say we don't suffer war, we don't suffer Ebola, no suffer corona. Now then they use corona as a ploy for make them destroy the one they want to vote for them, for let them destroy the one they want to elect them, for let them destroy because the people are disgruntled. Anybody that support this government now idiots. Anybody that support this government, maybe then they feel them, then they walk under them. But the people that when they suffer, when pastor they call me, then they say, people in the salon don't want to do nothing. What you gonna do? Let person tell me what did the people there for do. You go play through the campus and no money not there for buy the wood. You go buy coal campus, you know they buy coal because money not there for buy rice and pepper for they cook. Let's only know go sell suits bag and clothes. I wonder what thing they do when they sell suits and bag and clothes because I sell that thing in the past. If you that person not getting for it, you go get money for go buy clothes and shoes. If that person not getting for it, they go buy water for the ink no more. Now that they go get. The water they not clean. Lights they can flip flop. If you think say the house not strong, all don't well. Your fridge go blow off. This go blow off if the light you put up. If that television, then go blow off for you. Because highlights they go come 250. Lights one at 250. To highlight they go come. You tell me no more. Whose kind of independence this? Shameful independence. Independence of disgrace. Independence if the colonial days them. Where people and they celebrate independence and can't see this kind of independence we got in 4,000 or 5,000 for a couple thousand. Then they call Salone money 1,000. People and they turn out and say, what do you mean by 1,000? I say, I mean by 50 cents. Here, American 50 cents. 1,000 upon 1,000. People and they buy. The money not water value. Nothing of value. Me I not like for seeing corona result here, although they don't brand me dead picking corona. Now me go down Kerango, then go humiliate me picking in body, inside body bag, they go bear na body bag. God go pay them. They go see corona to the grand picking, then go whip that city, then go whip that country, they tell from Bantu to Kabala. They go whip that country there with corona. Make them see what's in a corona. When I look na country there, when they will control corona, then Spanish country there, how people then die. Now when I know they see how the Spanish people then suffer with corona because they're not capable for handle corona. Well, Salone, where they make corona, they go arrest people and they go arrest people and they state place, they prison people and they host, they give people a house imprisonment. Corona will come for them. If they come, when reach Salone, they don't need for talk and safe. Nobody know what call that name corona. Now picture the number now go descend. Nobody know what call that name, whether they are like corona. Only ABC is all child where they come out. They don't go see her because they don't go ever forget the count of who that don't die or who that get her. All about the looking company number now. It is run. The looking company number now. It is run. Yes, you know, anybody they support this government, either they get something. It benefits or get job from this government. Now they will support them. But hey, for support again, think about the other people. We're not they get nothing. If you don't get, think about the other people them when they suffer. You know how much money they will send? I just ask me $50. What would they send to people them? I send money to somebody. I say, I know look at WhatsApp. They say no. They say, Lord Mercy, you shock me. I say, I know what you they go. It's not provoking.
All right. So, Mr. Mohammed, I want to come in and talk about what's in your take or how you see people then they talk about this corona son and they believe say still no they're not Salone yet and people then they complain say then like another incident today where happened where somebody sent a video to me they say the man they been don't sick for over 2 years then now I think the person died then they want go diagnose her as saying a corona patient. So I want to come in and what's in think about this whole thing.
Khadija, you know, this corona issue, yeah, some they are not can talk about that because it's so sad. The main reason is this is simple. Me, I can always believe this. You know, even when Ebola come, you know, I get people in Liberia, Guinea, so I call Guinea first Liberia. We even be the caution the people them. But you see, this politics is too bad. Me, what you know about they talk about the woman not order they vote for SLPP is the case. These people over there are just tribalistic. I don't care what you say. That's a fact. You can beat him, man. You vote for SLPP, they beat you the same way that they treat any other person. You go be Mendeman, you then APC, they do nothing. You see the difference?
Yeah.
These people are just tribalistic. Not over saying that any other thing. Team the man, fuller man, you go there to SLPP, a waste of time. Because when they're ready for beats, they consider you as a northerner, they maltreat you the same. I don't care if you're the SLPP or not. Perhaps if you wanted SLPP, you're very vocal. But you go there, APC, you know, Mendeman, so my man, this and they do nothing.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. But what you mean they say about this corona incident? One, you know, I know one can say, you know, but if you be there the way at this rate corona they kill in the greatest United States, maybe if you say if you be there Salone, like you don't kill mortal man. But we don't get no nothing but 7 ventilators or 13 ventilators get on the whole country. Ambulance not there, road not there, lights not there. But people therefore they die like fall, like chicken. You know, it's sad. Look at just imagine Ebola and corona a deadly past Ebola.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but what you know, this corona, look, Khadija, as sad for saying this, these are the same NPRC government. Let me tell you what the NPRC do when they come into power. When they come, everything that decree that they rule by. Khadija, this cleaning, one of the person will oppose them. Now nonsense. Because one of the VCSF don't know they pay. They spend money for that. Why you know they pay a company for them to do the cleaning? You dey pay people them, then you dey take people again and skip for let them go do cleaning by force. You don't know host. Sometimes you want to do too much. But let me tell you what in this NPIC Khadija be in a village. Let me tell you what they do. This cleaning what they impose on people, they go to them village and they go and catch people, then fall them and chicken and then they eat up. That's what they do. Yes, they go sell them. You go to one side, you go pay. Now the cleaning, I know them they enforce to pay. Some of them thing and I don't see them. Nobody not tell me. So I don't agree. I don't agree on anything and they look coffee order. Khadija don't leave 2 in a coffee order. Coffee order now, not that way for say, una let the police and go get bribe. They go beat you. Look what they go and do. They pass go and beat people them. You just say the police one decided they together. Social distance is not in between them. Then they go beat other people for social distance. Who says so now they make?
Yeah.
Because the social, the police themselves and the military really they need training. Because sometimes I don't know. They make I can always say that SLPP now one thing like they are say this. They not get empathy. Khadija, me know the day yourself today. If you APC 7 in Ghana power, swear to God, me day. You don't go say, oh, because the SLPP. Well, me say second brothers them. I get family them. I get friends them who will go school the SLPP. I don't go sit down, they go tie back if I go kill anybody.
Yeah.
I can be doing
so
that.
Nice.
But me picking them and they so virtually whatever you say they go vote for. I don't tell you they are just tribalistic. Me picking them all me own money. Then take them, then they say they go vote for Malabio. Why? Because now man they.
Yeah.
But now guess what they tell me? These guys are just greedy. Now the problem, anybody they say, oh, this and that, now greedy and greedy candidate, they want all for themselves. Even the Mende people, the grassroots Mende people are suffering. Because this guy, they like kapu, they eat everything, not give nobody anything. They make you they see more trouble always in their own government with their own people then. That first issue, the one that they see people and nobody they go and protest against at the school, even at the southeast. But if you see more than they grab, Kenema and Kaila, they grab against this government, so they take this. Why? And are the people only for they jubilate for them? Because they're just too pass back, they're too greedy. And what I'm able to do, I mean, remember how they say somebody, they say woman impotent. This man will be impotent, so one woman for the threat in the one, all the woman, they want for them. As the woman cannot more room no more, they go Singapore, excuse me, they go piece banana leaf. So the thing they make noise, woman, they free the run. And I know that. Because I think that they always go here now. Then they catch him, they don't have anything to offer.
I don't be hearing that there before.
So the man they go for let the woman run. You go what the woman there you say, so the woman they run away. So everybody they feel that.
Yeah.
Now later they go catch his story. So me, I swear to God, if my dad be something today, they clap for him. But me, I know it's not possible. But somebody did 20 years now, for Salone themselves. We need to be thinking, bro.
Yes, would they get a call?
Really?
Hold on 1 second. Salone for All, Voice for All, Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Khadija. Good evening, and this is Mr. Sisse from Canada.
Good evening, Mr. Sisse. You're not joining me today.
Yes, I appreciate so much. Actually, at least the program don't come on
Yes.
TV series now. Thank you.
Yes.
May God bless all the one who don't put effort to make this thing come to this level.
Amen.
At least I see Mama today again. Oh my God!
I tell you, it's fun.
God bless you.
Amen. Yes, Miss Khadija today tell you, Ado.
Oh, how do you mean?
Thank God, ma.
Yeah, nice for you.
Thank you for giving the down we lay. At least we compare and contrast, and we see the huge difference when they take place in the country today. And they see Mr. Mohammed himself the blast. That's a very good one.
Yes.
Trust me, Salone don't well. We really beaucoup de things we don't left behind. And I discuss with one my friend. I say, what to make people in a salon keep quiet and then they not the talk now because they not see development. If they see development, nobody needs to stop them all for talk again. Most of the people when you talk about good road, when you talk about lights. Now I think in the APC term they enjoy lights small, but apart from that, nothing they look at the road sector. For see street lights, traffic lights na problem. But when you can't say when you go back now, Salone you vex, because you see real development, you see sustainable development. So we leaders they don't do nothing. For me, like this government, like I can always tell people, they're not able to show me one substantial developmental thing where they don't take. like Mr. Mede said just now, the free quality education trust, you can't compare it with any education system elsewhere, like Europe or whatever. Right now, when schools they lock, you can attest to that. Say, only begin within a host, then they get their notes, then they get assignments for do, they submit them. You know, things they go on. Education they go on. Like, you see quality. And nothing about like Salone now, they begin. In fact, now check out. You will see if we know get increase in teenage pregnancy very soon. Yeah, so we really don't miss Boku thing in the country. And we only pray that some of we don't see this kind thing, we don't see development, we know we'll set more, we know for Sidom, let all come on board and let push changes and development in our salon. Think that we put that one business.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sise. If you feel for callback, please feel free and do so, okay? And we will respond to your comment. Thank you, sir. Happy Independence Day to we all. Yes, ma'am. Miss Khadijatu, come on in, ma'am. You want take on this on this coronavirus saga? What's in your take on this?
Well, the talk for the coronavirus. COVID, in a sense, where we did here, it not start inside US. Now from China.
Correct.
When it starts, we just read the word say one cyclone come, people in the forum, we read the story them. And we they watch news, and the good thing about here, we get the news, now TV, 24 hours. You go CNN, you go, they get updates. If they then talk to we lead an aya safe. This one will get Naya.
Yes.
He makes yes. He gets in your story where they talk denial.
Yes.
And not before accept the fact, yes. So finally, because they left the airports, they open, the roads, they open. In the end, Corona coincide. Then even where coincide, they begin to say people, then they get affected and infected, then they die. Then it's still not taken with into hand. It's taken lightly. Then after we doctors, then they talk, they still say na hoax, not so true, not just ordinary flu, and which in that case, now something similar to the flu, but at a very, very contagious rates. When it comes now, look at the plateau they on. Over 2 million people, over 1 million infections, people dying. They are going out. The number is going to 1 million deaths. It don't cost over 500,000 climbing up. Every day, it's a different story. Before finally, then they can say, even the lockdown way and say, where we all then are also. Still they deny. The only thing about Sierra Leone, for me, now that preventative steps, now maybe they want for let and take, because anything we start here, gradually, it will end up now we countries them. And like where Mr. Mohamed talk, looking at how his settlements stay back home, that close proximities, within a one house, you get mama, papa, grandparents, the grandpicking them, the picking them, the all inside the sometimes you get 10, 15 people who live in their room and palaya. We all inside there, then the big yard, the adjoining houses, the way they call apartments, Naya, and not big like here. We all don't live under their circumstances, and then they born they raise we. So we know how we people they live here. If Corona they rape so, we Naya so we don't scare where we get. Because they say na airborne disease. And airborne disease na an unseen enemy. Now we fight. Look at everyday people die here unexpectedly. Waiting do there, oh, na corona. You don't even see the disease. It pass so in well one. But the thing is doing more harm than good. It don't already injure them. So like back home, for let we try, for let we avoid the circumstances the way there are other countries like Europe, France, like where they don't face. Let God forbid, let me or anybody else we love Mama Salone wish for let corona for even enter a door of one building. But if we get the news say, then don't get corona. There is no way me want for let them hide those circumstances. They get for come outside to the public when they see how grave the situation is. Explain to them. But you they do sensitization. Most of these people not realize how detrimental corona be to the human body, to the human being, or to anybody concerned. So if you're then when they're inside there, then just they hide them. Then they tell us, so they then come and say we get 4 cases. Then the next thing you know, the next moment, you know, oh, now 2 cases. Then you are not really saying what you have to say. Me no say, Naya, if they don't detect one person at this particular place, say this person is infected with corona. Then una no say, really, una they go take that person for moving away from that area there. For can go na a place where go be secure and safe, una go treat and day for avoid infecting the others. Una forget treatments them where go come in. Where una go can administer to them people here, take the temperatures, then una do testing to them people here. Not just una can lock her up without no food, not even water. We know we know water is gold as Salone at this present day Sierra Leone.
Right.
You not just lock her there. Even animals, you don't treat them like that.
Absolutely.
Then una they go sit down at the confines of una young home. Una they get una king dinner them. Una get una free water. Una get una drinks. Una they enjoy una lives. These are human beings. They are the citizens of Sierra Leone. Now their name Sierra Leone. Before Sierra Leone team up, now the people in the country, they make the country. They say this is Sierra Leone. Everybody is Sierra Leone. So let people here, so they therefore come out. If they not say this disease not there, let them don't come out and say there is a disease. This is because they hear we they suffer now, then they see things on TV, then they see corona, how it they display in this country. If they not say corona not there, now any other thing they go on, let them find out. They have to come out, find a medical solution. We go able for pinpoint waiting at the relevant thing where they happen, where them people here, so then they can't take the way they can say na corona, then the other people they will left na the yard at the end of the day, then but they are not infected. And that is not how corona works. I know if you have been sleeping with your wife and they come and take that husband or wife away, and that husband is still there. Once that wife is infected, the husband too is infected. So are the children where all the day, where they all the rough skin, then they don't come inside the same bowl. We all can drink inside the same cup. Now, Salone, let us think about this.
Yes.
We have things that we all do in one common factor.
We don't compromise them already to the Salone for All, Voice for All Network Television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Abubakar Bangura.
Well, hello, Mr. Bangura. Yes, sir. Welcome, sir. One of the executive members of this platform. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Malakadeja. Yeah. Well, happy Independence Day to we all.
Thank you. Same to you, sir.
Sierra at 59 years old. I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but that's just the reality. Yeah. To me, who do you even think of anything in there? Like, who don't even think of anything in there, you know? We come 83 and up to now, Sierra Leone. we lack the basic things that we need. Water, electricity, good hospital. We lack all the things that we human need. We not just basic need. So to me, with the parents we get sometimes they even laugh because I don't see anything what they achieve yet. You see? So we don't actually get a good lead in our country with the country before. We have a very long way to go. It's just so disappointing. 59 years up to now, we don't get anything tangible with that counts for out of country or being independent. So you don't see so many challenges that would go to in our country there. So many challenges there.
What thing you take on the coronavirus saga? Where some and they say they not believe say obviously they're not the country, and some they say that's the results, they're authentic. What thing you take?
If we get a mixed feeling, if we do get the corona, not just minimal, and the way they handle in a very bad way, disproportionately. You see, they harass people there, and they do proper check, and people that get on underlying health condition, we go hospital for that condition there, and before they treat them, they say when they do this coronavirus test, right? By 3 they cannot possibly don't die from that disease there.
Absolutely.
You see, I don't possibly personally we don't go hospital, we go underlying health condition and go for that sickness there, and they say pass, they do the test for that. This is an emergency thing we go for. Until they get back to her, the part don't die. And they put up with the part died through corona. We don't even do the test. So you don't see? So the result they are all they get, it's not even corona. Then just they make another saying corona because one way or another, the government again and financial and thing through that. So you don't see? So all of them things now, so the country is highly corrupt and so have a very long way to go.
How embarrassing it is for the entire African continent. For now the head of food. So we're not even talking about Sierra Leone, but African continent as a whole. For say, even believe say Corona then at the continent of Africa because of the corrupt leaders them. How would that make you feel as an African?
Of course, I mean, I felt so bad, but that does the reality. If you look at it, our leaders are just plain old corrupt. It does the reality. I wish enough would be that, but that's just the truth.
Mr. Mohammed, they laugh. So you said you sit down there, or
I said, yeah.
Kalija, what you can say?
Yeah.
You see me now, man. So the people that will call me controversial. I never trusted the AIDS. The AIDS business, whatever they talk about AIDS, I don't believe them at all. You know.
So you know seriously. What? Talking about that AIDS, we know say it exists, but there was an authentic audio video I come across where the man said, then they go to Africa, then they go infect people there with the AIDS.
I know about
it's
that.
So sad.
Then they move me. Khadija, let me tell you one thing, black man, the way we afraid. Now assume say this year it exists. Khadija, we didn't have the first one. Before you say somebody the diagnosis of COVID-19, the next day you don't die. So me, my man, this day, if anybody get that corona na Salone, but when I in fact they say they pull out that they go run down there. They run down. Khadija, let's self-isolation. Something that the government for the tax free way they do. Salone is so if you come from Salone, I can tell you about you, and then they run by you. So when they get up and say you get corona. The problem.
Mr. Mohammed, I give you a funny story, right? Oh my God, like now I laugh at it.
Somebody, if you don't say you get fever, everybody becomes suspicious.
But that's what if
one.
Listen, don't say if it's Salone, right?
Need to do anything.
What? What come on walk? I mean, they get cold and they feel like listen, now tell me picking them. Hold on. Listen, the two girl picking them, right? The one say, "Oh, mommy, stop it, forget it, stop it." So give me words of encouragement. So forget it. You just tired. You just need to rest. Been born back the same thing. You understand? Then the big picking now I say, "Please go give me water. Wait, can I what he do? He take the clothes, he come my face."
No, corona, don't blow that. So what?
Next day now, they say, seriously, did you do that? He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, mommy." I said, "It's okay, I forgive you anyway."
Khadija, Corona is this Salone, the way they in America. So, but in fact, let me tell you one thing. Khadija, people they call me, then they friend that Salone pass me.
Oh,
Just
yes.
all right. But boy, the way they hear this thing. Well, imagine once somebody go get Corona, the whole one and a medical doctor. Anybody will come, they say everybody for Sinana also. Just imagine how they. then you go tell and say you get fever, they cough. Now you also what the man American doctor. Khadija, Salman, Donosia. But what they go say this person get Corona. No, the government don't need for do nothing. That's social distancing. Tell them. Now they say going to put themselves. Okay, near me. But you they go now, people they form solidarity, they trust the government because the government not transparent. But me all these whole things, Khadija, they make one audio. I tell people that let me say nobody government not responsible. I'm sorry, but this is a fact. When the first lady go to Gambia, now the height of Corona, this woman not go nothing for go to Gambia for go get award. I mean, make one audio. I say that keep her there, self they make una. When this woman come on, return her back, return her back like Gambia, let go see the one place.
Yeah.
Now for the say they seek me, they pray for them, and they go, but not, and they allow people to, look. This coronavirus in existence on from foreigners they come. That's why I mean talk about AIDS. Watch Africa outside AIDS with Bakuna outside tourists that day. But that's the who knows they make fun of and Salone go point somebody. This HIV positive. That line, angry them be angry. But we don't be sabi. Nobody will be really HIV positive and Salone will never be. So me I mean I go to hospital. Khadija, the prevention prevention from the West.
So that's why you really go diagnose people.
But with this Corona, if he did, so my man is saying that they go can't call the government. One Corona person there, not so you don't offend them. Now the people that say they can't call you for second take them there because they go there. Now that they believe you. Now the whole Africa said, can you know this Corona? The way they explain that, we begin to think about Africa. Say well. The African continent done. But Khadija, now one small house, maybe 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom. You don't know what 20 people that live. People that look at the house that they one veranda, they get what 50 people that go social distancing. You see people that for the inside their house. Lights not there. People that then affiliate, you let them die and heat. Sometimes why the police and then they use their common sense.
Yeah.
No, not the same people they go pass up and down at the street, they see you don't have veranda, then for left you, Khadija.
Yeah, that's
sometimes,
true.
You for using discretion.
As long as you not go outside of that boundary, within
exactly.
your territory.
But they go back, they go beat you, they go back, they go pull you, they can't beat you, man.
I think so. All done in a
President, you know the talk.
Yeah.
Now what complain and say not for talk.
Just a way for attack the citizens, them for see if anyone they way outside them go get money, they go them, harass them for let them get money.
Yeah.
And see, now they happen about now. They beat them, they beat people, they kill them. And you know what's in a coffee order? That's what they do.
Bribery business. It's bribery business. It's so implanted in them.
Yeah.
It takes magic.
Yeah.
Forget for whip and pande wire.
No, not true. Now make me not join the force. Khadija, I know what they do. I have friends who are in the police. That's why they join police. I say because you are telling me to just come here and to be corrupt. Because that's all eventually I get to do. Because if you go old person them. Khadija, the advantage, the disadvantage they take against people. Somebody go just look you, like you said, when I can't lock up. Then take it and go lock you up.
Yeah.
For absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
So I know African mentality to just get for need of change them. And this power now, look like Hello and Slimmer. One old minister, they go sit on a national. But they wait, man, and send them, but they have that full day. Be careful how you talk to me. The next day, they go lock you up.
Yeah.
Man, this power, they really can't for damage Salone. I don't care what people they say. Then they say for the caution the minister, they say the foolishness, so then they put them for stop. Fatima Biono, the help matters either.
No, they are not trying.
People day in, day out.
They're not trying.
No.
Yeah, that's true. Mr. Baka,
because when people here they vote inside. If the people that don't put you, then vote you inside. Whatever little you able to do. Make sure say you claim from who say you meet them, bring them time up.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You they work.
Absolutely.
Now you always the big.
Yeah.
Komra, when you don't born picking, and I always go say, "Do you are big?"
Yeah.
But this,
absolutely.
And they always go punish people.
Mr. Baka say one come in. Sir.
Yeah, you know, we live in an household like the parents there. For example, anything the parent they do, the people they watch, they follow the same thing.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing as Sierra Leone. The head of state when I'm mad if you either behave corruptly, how you are letting ministers they behave? Because they go behave the same thing. So to make it all corrupt. So it starts from the top. It starts from the top.
Yes.
You're
see,
right.
there is no law and order. That man, they don't do over 20 years. They don't do nothing for that country. They don't see if you don't leave the country. You know, do that for Sierra Leone. You don't get no job, nothing. People they say look for that man, they pay, they go vote for that man. They seriously don't get no ways of the way they do it.
So when you look at that again,
But
let's say
basically,
if
that never passed
even
me.
like let's just say somebody can get in that situation, not work for a long time, then they say, okay, we're not getting the opportunity, or maybe that time we've been do that 3 months, it been young, so say no better now, we can do better, and then sometimes they during the time when they can
Khadija,
campaign.
yes, if the person in Africa is like Salone,
No,
but
one
you
second.
in the West,
What
it's
did
not
they
possible.
say? Say back during the time of the campaign, the words they would can use, it can just so soothing for in the ears of Sierra Leoneans, them then they can fall for it. You understand?
Khadija, you only stood
you
into
get
one
for
side.
watch also
A
in
lot of
track
balance that
record.
topic.
Madam be in track record if you watch from the beginning, not a good track record. I mean, it depends on violence. And now we already survive. It is a very brutal one. Brutal for the beginning. That's so in day.
I want to look and say back again. Say back, somebody can change. So send back.
Yes.
Then say okay. Well, we don't make mistake. We got again this chance now. No, see back. Maybe in that way they Sierra Leoneans say me they think. Say no again this chance now. So then they can do better, or maybe one do better. It one learn from. It don't learn from the mistake then they, and one can repent or do better for the country. What do you think?
Khadija, they take me chances to do that. Who that be the hook? Those chances are zero. Khadija, if you get Africa, even in Africa, but no, Khadija, business nobody I know for 20 years. I expect for all to go vote for me. Khadija, there is no way to make it. So this means if dependent upon somebody, I don't care what it is. But Khadija, this man goes school. Not say no get work. Nobody don't give for him plan at all. But they go do tutorials, both on cyber. But I know that excuse that flimsy one. Me feel like my papa self and vote for him. I should do anything. If you like me, you don't
this man,
vote for him.
Now the last opportunity this for let become president. So I make him do all kind for let me win. People they say if we don't use their own common sense, they're not going to vote for this man. Yeah, trust me. Look at how the country they go now from back to worse. So you don't see it. So it makes no difference. You don't forget any better at all.
Well,
you cannot see any.
Miss.
Okay.
Come in, Miss.
Sometimes it takes a lot. People learn by experience.
Yeah.
Then people here will be no experience at one time with this man, although they're not stay for long. Okay, it don't go. It come back, right?
Yeah.
Somebody there, we already they work. But it's so hard to get satisfaction from the common man. Even if you work just between me and you two, we get common things the way they do for others. Yes. They will still complain. Sometimes they go sit down somewhere after they don't accept for say yes, you they do good to them. And you really they do good, you satisfied with yourself. They go sit down somewhere. When they go, they know they carry you good name.
Absolutely.
Now a bad name, then they carry you. They will never speak. Waiting you do for them, for let you go carry that name there with you. Then they go speak now because they hope forget more from the side and they go with and tell you name go. So the same way with this man, if he don't go, me na one person, where sit down we say on no accounts, I don't think say he go sit down na cheer another country. But okay, then don't look and say they want a new direction. If the new direction don't come, people don't vote you if they don't give you that hope. For say this we up to and now we go bring something better than the one way sit down, where they work small. But what you can now the time this if I can't redeem himself. We can't redeem himself. Where come with a new direction? Let come with new rules where they implement. That whatever corruption we sit on, that moment where we sit on, so now that's when they put the peg down, they lay that foundation back. If you don't put in rules then, if any corruption they like what I mean not get the hope, it will work out for the better for the common man of Sierra Leone.
Absolutely.
The people, if they want to where they beneath them, then she say is step forward and work according to how the people want. For let it lift the country up. Those people will have sat there, then go work with them also. I not say any side you But that's silly. They live in America, so then they when they thief, sometimes they no more, then they prove them wrong, then catch them. And when they catch you, you go serve you time.
Right. Somebody
Yes,
else
when
to
they
come.
sit down, they will not say that they thief.
Yes.
Well, let them not thief. The crowd they will get for crepe again and they must reports.
That's it. That's it.
And that is very bad.
Yeah. Salon for all, voice for all.
People in they cry.
Yes. Want somebody to
He
call.
doesn't sit down now. We not see nothing. Waiting come it now. It just they go back yimbolom down the drain.
Yeah. Somebody else they call too. Salon for all, voice for all network television. Kindly identify yourself, please.
Yes, Kadida just now Mr. to say again.
Oh, okay, welcome again.
I'm
Welcome back.
fortunate for this salon during the election, and I observed the election till dawn, so I can say I will be able to testify some of the factors why make people may think say Madam Bio would have been the best.
Okay.
Yes, the very first place, like we mommy they say, then we see and say because they don't rule first, even though that was by decree. Yeah, because then there is no constitution, you do things how you want. Okay. We see and say, well, somebody will be strict by then because he was in the military. So that's not the one ticket that the SLPP government they use for campaign. Okay. Another ticket, they say, oh, na military man, if he don't fight for this country, don't lay life, he don't this. That's number 2. Number 3, they say, oh, this man, I bring peace. You know, these are all the factors where they use. Oh, APC, they corrupt, angry, Boku, and you know, APC not for Sinoya and all this stuff. And interestingly, Boku people will not know now that during the NPRC term of ruling, there was nothing like a constitution. So, you know, the president, the grab man, you know, but say, you know, it's all my wedding, I have not come on, I will beat all man. That's not the common again. Yeah, you can't no more this, they say, you know, it's the, are a sack all man. So, basically, people may think say that was the strictness. And when you come in a democratic rule, it's quite different. So that makes it, they will not be able to foresee the matter be where people like Mr. Mitra, they say this man in the street in this. Because everything you have to go by the constitution. The constitution is what is ruling.
I see.
So that make it difficult for them for rule. The other two way for me, even in some research the one they do I make as you say, it will always difficult for the Mother Bio for make a change. Now that the constitution of Sierra Leone say, you know, ever be president if you not be part of a political party. Yes. And when you be part of political party, when you don't be the president, you know what they happen? You get for meet the party and dictate. What did the party want? That's what you're gonna do. Right. So, on no account, you get for rule by your velocity. Say, okay, this is what I want to do. They go tell you, say, we party, that's what we party say. Put this person in this position, and this person, I mean, they support your party. Even if the person is not qualified because he's a loyalist to your party, you get for put under power. Right. So, some of these things now don't kill the government today. Because there are people within at a position and because they are loyalists to the party, even though they are not qualified, even though they are not fit for the other position, they are not put them there. Yeah. So the president not get voice. The party get voice past the president. Wow. Interesting. Wow. They get voice past the president. So even when Mother want to say, okay, you know what, this now this I want for do, they will come back and say, you know what, look, not you will put yourself in a power. Now the party, the SLP put you in a power. So he has to obey to the party. If you go back in the parliament, that's what is happening there too. The parliament, if let's say you get symbol under APC or SLPP, anything where that party supports, you for support them. Even if not bad, you for support them.
But how do we celebrate people like Honorable Tawa, where give yes.
If Tawa will be honest with you, it will tell you the tussle.
Right, of course. Well, we see some of it, obviously. Yes. So how we go able to...
clear. We see Lawrence Lima go on television. He blast for Tawa. He say, you know, to the party, he stands down one day. So you dey see the things that what they say. These are facts and they are credible things. Them it gets evidence based.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Makes
So
sense.
they make Salone dey bien. They make Salone dey bien. It does not mean say me na SLPP do wrong and not for talk am. And not for stand against them.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think say what we go do now, Seth, we go wrap her off. You know, say we Salon talk nearly done because we don't start much earlier. Yeah, and I don't want to take people in time. We don't start much earlier, but as in a known a new platform, so they try for like learn all the the corners of everything. So hence the reason why it delay we been get for start stop and so say Salon talk nearly done. But anyway, lunch or whatever else you want to say. Now bring back Mr. Bakar and then I bring back Sake and then Professor, then we'll call it quits. Come back in.
I think for me, what me go finally say, I think made long talk and gist now. If only we learn for politics in what they do, Salon will push go before.
Absolutely.
But because of politics in everything what they do, every facet of Sierra Leone, politics go online they want for score. Even in sick disease like this, we want for score political goal. So party I do this, now party I make this. They know they help the country.
Absolutely.
Then place here where they, you hardly for at one me Kalinia friend. I say Salone, we are like 7.5 million, no say roughly 8 million before they put up. I say most political party will get. I should get more than 15 political parties. Say you say you're joking. I said it's not joke.
Wow.
So you see, politics. Everybody thinks if you go na power, now you control all things. So that's the best. Everybody want for goodie.
Yes. True. So wonderful.
So that's me get for say. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sisi, for your time always. God bless you, sir. Mr. Bakar, you want to come on? Come on in.
Yes, Madam Khadija. Last month, I was no more. Sierra Leone, a very small country. If you compare Sierra Leone to Sweden, pretty much the same population, right? But why Sweden they grow, all the things Sierra Leone at the end. And what do we get as a natural resource today compared to Sweden? That means we do something wrong. And now they all lies on corruption from leadership. And people are just going to power for their own selfish interest, for their own family and their friends, and not care about the country. All they have to do is just benefit themselves and their life. And no one is held accountable. You see? And the bias of the country is too much. The selective justice, and I want it also. We could tackle to this justice, Supreme Court Justice Mark, who they want to go retire so quickly because of some disagreements. Whatever. We're not in favor of the party or the government. So you don't see?
Absolutely.
Where interference take place at the country. So all Nande have a good country. So you don't see? Not for saying that country the people that want to speak up or they're afraid for losing job, they're afraid for being harassed, all the things they did. Because we know the system will protect them. You see? That problem. If you don't stop Nande and look with their system without checks and balances, it's very difficult for us to grow as a country. Look, today 59 years old, what do they achieve? We just dip at this revenge politics. And we Kaisa, and particularly Kaisa did the revenge in the revenge against other party. Look what happened to Paulo and Conte, Saga too. So many revenge politics, And they go set up a commission of inquiry. And you do know say that commission of inquiry you need a really bias or to speak for one thing. One post they do something, and they go scot-free. You know that post they do something, they arrest her, and they can't go to jail. So tell me, where is the justice? So you don't see, if blind not stop as a country, and they're not supposed to say, I don't will go anywhere. You see, we'll always be there. And no matter what's particular power, if we don't change the system, we get real checks and balances in our country there. Trust me, I'm afraid in the next 100 years, if we go be the same scenario, if we don't change that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Bangura. Thank you for your time. Yes, so I want to before Professor they come back in, Miss Khadija to come in before we call it quits. Come back in, Madam. Your last words before we say good night.
Let go talk no more like where the other gentleman they don't explain. I when I read them, it's the same thing. This corruption. If we not left corruption, we not go able for go before.
Absolutely.
Then therefore left people them for let them speak out their mind. Sometimes by speaking, elect na full man can talk. He go talk something where make sense inside that message where he say. If you able pick there, able for push yourself forward for go before. But then they suppress or oppress people them. You the president self they allow for let people them push you against the wall. You know, they able forget that strength for push forward for say, hey, na me na the leader. I get for stand firm. And now the same thing with the copy, even with their little groups and where we can come together. You know, because people are so conscious of this power business. But if you're conscious of the power, seek the interest of your people then. If you seek the interest of your people, then you able work. Elect now 1/4 of the work where the people that they expect now you able do. Then see a little changes, a little tweak of it. People then go be happy. Salome, we not ask for satisfy because one, we don't like fights. We not like war. We like with peace. We tolerant to everything. We love strangers. War is not part of us. Now make the advantage, but who can certain things the way they go on. Some countries come out. Now so flex they brew. But we young people they prefer them grumble in a corner. But let the government not take advantage by that they say, because we people they're afraid. That you're not a good leader. Then you are not there for the people. You're there for the selfish gain of you, yourself, and yours. And that is very bad. Look at the suffering where people they go through today in other country. Look at where people live. Homeless. People hungry. You go salon where you go work, you go look, say you dey tired.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you so much, madam. Mr. Mohammed, I want to say you on before we give a closing remarks. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad for all the inputs and they. You know, me, I don't like for be politically correct. I like for say what I go and what I realize. So I don't care how people look at it. You know, yeah, when are they going to say the party it can be powerful more than the president? Not necessarily true. Yes, when the campaign as a flag bearer, the party powerful more than you. But the sooner you become president, you powerful more than the party. Because the sooner you realize then they change. You know, Madabio, let's just put this way. Madabio is plain wicked and evil. All the people that don't talk to, but could be want to go NGC, they don't go to NGC because they like NGC. Then come out now SLPP because they don't like Madabio. They say Madabio very ungrateful. And then they talk to people that say the people that owe them they put money, and then they talk to themselves. So this was a deliberate act. But Madabio, let us assume the SLPP one can punish APC. But Madabio, you are the president for crying out loud. When you don't care that you were arranging anything and there and do what you get for do. And Escobar did it. When an Escobar becomes something APC B8, SLPP, or an Escobar come, you know, do not choose Kabine people them. Anybody who come the park in just on the left. When Madabio them Laelo is near the on the left. So the president powerful more than the party because he's the head. I ain't for say anything. This time Madabio is machination. Now I make you always say Madabio is highly responsible. But they go Laelo is somebody go and make noise so. Mada they tell them tomorrow you are fired. If you talk about put her in jail. Mada they talk? No. They know they talk. And Mada they say now. I don't care what your other body person go look at. Me, all the ball, and the rest of the Mada in him. Mada himself is a dictator. Because if you're not possible to get empathy, me no go sit down. Somebody else, you know the president, I get the overall say. You know for place, if the party be powerful past the president, you know for fire. Because Prince Ali was the leader of SLPP. So not the greedy guy they brainwash me, and they still put them. It is based on tribal issue. Anything they go to just find a way for lie, but nothing else. That's tribal issue. We got some other people then they go follow the UDC. They go follow them. Me, I know the Southeast will not vote for nobody if you are not SLPP. It's plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know, I'm taking Andy.
Thank you so much, sir. I want to take this opportunity for tell the two wonderful panelists plenty thank you for in our time today, and we apologize for the delay and the glitch in the system, and I get for continue for patience we as we they work hard for make sure say we get familiar with the new platform for now it go be easier for now it go click, and on. Once again, I tell you plenty thank you. I did take this opportunity to tell we audience them back plenty thank you for the time today and in participation. Mr. Sisse from Canada, Mr. Abubakar from Atlanta, and I thank you for in a call. God bless we all. God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone. We remember with him by we together, and may God continue for help we beloved Mama Salone. So where we all they imagine it for be. And I thank you once again. God bless you all. Good night.
Amen.
Okay. Good night.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Yes.